Hi everybody, it's Saturday video number 27. Paul's laughing because Zoe hit her leg or something.
You did.
I pushed the chair into Zoe's leg.
It always happens. It was a good start, I think so.
Can you now? Okay, we started this video and we've now started again because Paul was knocking the video with his foot.
I got a bit of excess energy, so I jiggle my leg. Does anyone else do that?
Driving me nuts
you know when
today.
you stand there and your leg goes... You know.
Like I was happily working stuff out and I was doing my jewellery. What are we doing, Dad? What are we doing? So then he goes out and cleans his car in like 37-degree heat.
Yeah, it's hot today.
He's like a cat on a hot tin roof. He's just like a
Look on the bright
fart
side.
in a bottle. That's what he's like.
It dried quickly.
He's like
Anyway,
insanely like
what's the topic
crazy
for the video?
today. The topic for today's video is calm down. No, the topic for today's video is have a go and, you know, get out there and put yourself forward.
So, this week, Megan broke the 8-minute mile.
Yes! Hooray! Like with the Jewelchic Fitness Challenge, my goal was to do sub 8. When I first started, I guess the mile 1.6 Ks was taking me round about 10 minutes, you know, just under 10. And now I'm finding that I can start faster and I can, you know, it's fantastic. So my last personal best was 8 minutes and 3 seconds. And today, or not today, a couple of days ago, I did it at 7:56.
So have a go.
So proud of myself.
So then Megan sees this guy does YouTube and his name's Spandy and he goes viral and he has nearly 3 million hits.
I'll put a link to his video.
Guess what? Guess who's coming to Taco Night?
Spandy Andy. And thanks to a lot of you guys out there because I said, you know, let's get him for Taco Night and a lot of you wrote on his page for me. So thanks, because it's going to be really fun, isn't it? So I'll put a link to the video because he's this really fun guy who dresses up in like a silver sparkly Speedo and goes down to the beach and just dances. And he's actually a great dancer.
Oh yeah, he can dance.
But he's so funny because he makes himself look kind of dorky with glasses and this Speedo and everything. And he's so funny. He's been on all the morning shows and all the TV shows here. So we're really thrilled to have him on Monday night, aren't we? So we'll do a video out by the pool.
What questions have you got today, Megs?
Questions. Do you like my necklace? That's what I wanted everyone to see.
You're going to show them your matching outfits.
So we just discovered, this is what we did before, we've discovered, well, I thought, well, we're both wearing yellow, but now we've just discovered we're both wearing yellow, graduating, fading. We do that so often. Quite often we'll go for a walk.
My friends take the bus sometimes while they're walking and see them and they go, oh, your parents wearing matching outfits. And I'm like, oh no.
We're twins.
We do not mean to match if we match. Except for the races when you do wear a tie that matches my outfit. That is deliberate. That's the only time we deliberately match.
So what are the questions today, Megs?
Hey, guess what? Guess what I've taught Paul into doing, I think? Coming to the Logies and doing the red carpet with me. What do you think? What does everyone think? I reckon it'd be fun.
It's bloody hard work and you're bloody hard work. I say stand on this spot so that I can focus you, jumping around.
You don't have to film. We'll get
in
Jake
and out
to
of
film.
focus.
Paul will be in his tuxedo and you can kind of be like the red carpet. You can critique the fashions.
It'd be a bit like the blind leading the blind, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know. I think that'd be fun.
So what's the questions?
Okay. Dale said, if you could interview Oprah one day, what would your questions be for her? Oh, we were discussing this before. I liked your question that you thought of about the plane.
Does she like her new Bombardier Global Express, which is apparently the #1 private jet in the world, compared to her old Gulfstream? I think she had a 450
Paul likes
or a
planes, and
550.
all the boys who are listening will relate to that.
God,
I have
imagine
no
that.
idea what that means.
Imagine, you know, fuel it up. We're coming to the airport. We're going to go to. I mean, those things can go from Melbourne to LA non-stop, like a 747
I
or an
kind of
A380.
like getting on the plane and having like a little drink and looking around to see who's there and having a choice of movies.
Okay, when I get it organised, I'll leave you behind.
Okay.
I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that want to join in.
Oh, you know what? I think it'd be fun, but I think it's a very expensive way of travelling, obviously. And I can understand why someone like Oprah needs that because otherwise she would be pestered.
Yeah.
It'd be more for necessity, really, for her.
Well, you wouldn't want to make small talk.
I could make small talk with her all day, forever.
So I reckon Megan would just want to know what her favourite drink is, what she likes eating, where
Just
she
like to
hangs
hang out
out,
with her. Yeah, I just
what
like
sort of
to.
clothes she likes, what she does in her spare time, and when
Yeah.
she's even time out. You know,
I'd like to just have like a total lunch. Yeah, just a lunch. Like not even interrogating her or anything. I like it was with Taco and I had a really nice conversation, but I was probably talking to her and telling her all the stuff that I've always wanted to tell her.
Probably.
So whether she was as scintillated as me, I don't know.
I reckon you would have got 6 hours worth in the 3 hours that she was here. She left because she was
years
exhausted.
of wanting to meet. Yeah, probably.
She went home to bed.
Yeah. I had all those things I wanted to tell her. You know, like every time I went to the show and I'd go, oh, I predicted it, and I'd say my one sentence, and you'd leave and you'd go, oh, I wish I'd said this to her. I wish I'd said that. So I reckon I did.
Do you think that with me?
No, because I see you every day. What are you doing checking your phone? He's been working most of the day.
He's checking the time.
So now he's in work mode. I thought he was checking his message. He's you are in work mode a bit today, aren't you?
No.
Aren't you? We've discovered that the camera runs out at 9:59, so we're timing ourselves so that we don't, finish.
Have to redo it 14 times.
Yes, everyone.
Technology.
Okay, so hopefully I will get to have a chat with Oprah again. I'd just like to do some fun behind the scenes stuff with her on YouTube. How about that? Emma Jane, I want to improve my network marketing skills. Can you suggest ways to build confidence when talking to strangers?
Role play.
Yes.
Role play.
In their underwear. No, I'm kidding.
Pardon, Zoe?
I said picture them in their underwear. You know how people say that when you make a speech?
No, I didn't know that one.
Haven't you ever heard anyone say that? Really?
No.
Oh.
But yes, you've got to have an air of confidence and be comfortable, and the best way to practice that is to role play.
Yeah.
So that if you're clear on the questions you're going to ask, when you know what you're going to say, when I do an auction, if I've got it all planned in my head.
In your head, or do you write it down?
A bit of both, but usually after I write it down, I know what it is anyway, but I have it there to refer. If I make a speech, I write it down. However, I know most of it, so I don't need to read it, because reading it's a disaster for a speech.
He's a great speech maker.
However, when you know what you're going to say, it's a lot easier to speak with authority and to feel comfortable. But if you haven't got a clue what it is you're going to talk about, then you need to be Megan Castron.
For example, though, we were just saying before, when I was like 21, I wanted a pay rise at the company I was working with. I was working for a jeans company and I was getting paid very minimal wages, and I had done this amazing job for them and sold over $1 million in a season, blah, blah, blah. So they were making great money out of me. I think it was on, 25 grand or something. It was something minor. This is 20 years ago. So it wasn't that great. So I said to Paul, I think I might ask for a pay rise, but I don't know how. And he's going, right, let's practice. So, he interviewed me, So then so he said to me, and how much would you like? And I said, well, I'd really like 5,000 more. And Paul looked at me and he said, what are you asking for 5,000? He said, you might as well ask for 10,000. I said, no, I can't ask for 10,000. Don't be so crazy. I'm not asking for 10,000. So we practiced it. So we went into the interview, right? So I go in and I said, and my boss said to me, look, we've decided to give you a pay rise. And I said, well, he goes, and we've decided to give you $5,000 pay rise. And I said, really? I said, are you kidding? I said, I really think I should have 10. I said, for all the work I've done for you, and I was so prepared, and I got it.
Role play.
Role play, it truly, seriously helped.
It was very effective for you.
Yeah, it was very effective for me. We're just going to stop and start again.
You don't need to say that every time.
We probably don't need to say it.
You can just edit it.
We go, bang. Hello again. Okay, so I would also, when you're talking to strangers, remember that we're all the same. Seriously, you shouldn't be scared of talking to people, because we're all the same. Whether you're talking to a celebrity or a regular person, we're all the same. Don't you agree? People respond better when you treat them like when you just natural
it's your brother or your sister
or
someone at work. But when you are totally intimidated, it comes across.
I think when I've gone backstage and I've got to know so many of the theatre people and got to know a lot of TV people, and when you do get to know them and you do realise that they're just normal people and they're excited about getting a new job just like we are, it's not like they're just in the spotlight all the time, is it? We all have our stuff and they're just normal people.
What's the next
They're
question?
just good at doing stuff like that. Margot from Sydney, who we met at Hairspray. Have you planned what you're wearing to the Logies yet? And
Nah, I can tell you, that I'll tell you right now. The night of the Logies, Megan will get changed about 6 times before she decides which one she's going to go, and there'll be a whole pile of outfits, but she'd be having on the narrow list.
Was that a good look for you, Karen? Then my exasperation with that comment.
Is that our Karen?
Our Karen. She hasn't left us any questions. I'm wondering where she is today. She must be studying. Okay, so
out on the town.
Have I decided what I'm wearing yet?
She might have been out on the town last night.
Yes. No, I haven't. She might have been out on the town. I haven't decided what I'm wearing yet, but I will decide prior to the night, and I will have worked it out, and I will have made my jewellery, because I can't be in a rush, and I like to be organised with
I'll
that
keep
sort
you
of
in the
thing.
loop on that one. What's the next question?
Hang on. But I might wear, like Camilla's getting some beautiful new dresses in, so maybe I might wear something from Camilla. And I've also got a friend getting married, so I could kind of double that up. I don't know, but I'm excited about that. It'll be fun. Oh my God, guess what? Guess what happened this week? I got asked by L'Oreal Melbourne Fashion Festival to be an ambassador for them. So I'm going to be going to all the events and telling you guys about it, and I'll be able to offer some tickets for the fashion parades out there, you know, and all sorts of stuff.
Into YouTube land?
Yeah, I was very thrilled about that. Yeah, so that was very exciting. For Stonington, actually, what's it, the Shire? Is that what's
No,
the
council, municipality.
Municipality of Stonington, which encompasses where we live. Okay, and can you kiss Manu from My Kitchen Rules?
When?
One of my friends has kissed him, I'll tell you. Seriously. I hope he's not married or anything now I've said that. Yeah, so there we go. She's obsessed with him. I think he's cute too, actually. Manu. I'm not getting any reaction from you in saying that. Paul's, yeah, see, you are doing work. He's doing work, everyone. He's just hearing what's going on in the real estate world. Okay. Margot also says, what part of Greece is your dad from? I think it's from...
Kalamata.
Yeah, Kalamata.
Yeah.
And Castron Tass with a K was the name that, you know, Castron came from. Sarah Kirkpatrick has joined the fellowship of being celiac with me this week, everybody. She is now gluten-free. I have that effect on people. She's just been diagnosed with celiac. She's just been diagnosed with celiac. Any advice on websites you could recommend? There's a celiac society, but really just Google where you live and celiac. And most often people spell it C-E-L-I-A-C, even though in Australia we do say C-O-E-L-I-A-C, and that's silly, funny phonetical spelling. But you'll find it a lot easier, and please feel free to ask me questions about it, because I'll help you. Because I think when you first get celiac, it seems a little bit overwhelming, but it's really not that bad.
You've got to get the hang of the replacement things. For instance, Chinese restaurant nightmare unless they use fountain brand soy sauce. And if you get fountain brand soy sauce, it's gluten free, so you can eat Chinese and have no problem. They do everything in potato flour.
Yeah.
So you know what? There's pretty much a substitute for everything.
Yeah. When in doubt, don't.
Pretty much a substitute for everything.
I want to know what your symptoms were. Mine were mouth ulcers, and I got really skinny. And canker sores, you know, in your mouth. And tired. And I was super tired.
And may I say, a bit cranky.
You're just saying that because you're driving me crazy today.
Oh, thank you.
Did we tell you about how you were cleaning the car? Have I done that, or was that the last video?
That was the last one. That would have been Mark 2 or Mark 1 or -1.
I can't remember.
It's 37 or 36 degrees
I think we did
here.
say it. I can't remember either.
Yeah, it's roasting hot, but I couldn't sit still. I'm like a cat in a hot tin roof, literally, so I went out and cleaned the car. Why not?
Yeah. Okay.
I just got to keep busy.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? See, I would quite like to sit down on the couch with Paul and watch a DVD.
I can't, why not? I'll go out and do the garden.
He'll go to a movie but he has to actually bet. The movies, we saw a great movie yesterday.
Up close and loud.
Extremely loud, or whatever. Extremely loud and incredibly close.
Tom Hanks and
whatever it is.
Sandra Bullock.
Oh my God, everyone, go and see it. It is one of the most moving, amazing movies I have seen in my whole life.
Don't say anything more.
I won't say anything. Oh, I can tell you it's about a little boy who loses his dad in 9/11 and the journey that happens thereafter, and it's amazing.
It's worth a look.
Oh my God.
So
I loved it so much. I want to read the book now.
Quick, let's get this video finished. I've got to go and polish the car.
Alex, Max's girlfriend. Hello, Alex.
Quickly.
I had people pull up out the front to go, what are you doing washing your car? You've got to stop this.
I thought you were going to say, aren't you doing a Saturday video?
No. I said, no.
People can't relate to you being active all the time. You know, they would like to see you on the couch. I filmed him doing a bit of car washing. Stay tuned, you'll see it at the end. Topless.
Hi, Alex. How are you?
Alex said, she always asks a question that really gets me thinking.
Yeah, well, she's got lots of time to think about it because she's thinking
over in
about
London.
Max.
Yes. She said, if there was a fire and you could only take one photo, which photo would it be?
That's a good question.
Oh my God. But you know what it did? Apart from the fact that I couldn't choose one, it got me thinking about the photos that I consider really special, like when the kids were born, like, you know, and those little ones on their first birthday pictures, and then our wedding photographs, obviously my Oprah photograph.
What about our wedding album? That is sensational.
I've put that on Facebook, they can see that. Our wedding album's on there.
Our wedding album is in a shoebox, actually.
Our wedding album is on Facebook.
It's in a shoebox until I went and had it digitised, and now there are photos.
If you would like to make that your project to do, while you haven't got, you
were going to do.
You know how you're restless and you always want a project
you were
and a
going to
hobby.
do these Apple books for me, remember?
I have done some.
Of our wedding.
We could do it together.
But I haven't got the skills.
I can teach you.
I'm computer.
I think I've just found a hobby.
I'm challenged in that.
Well, only because that's what you're telling yourself.
I'm coming back
you're
in this
limiting
next
yourself.
life so that I can type faster and do all that. Very, it's difficult.
So, okay, Alex, so there's so many photos. Have you got one that you would... So you sort of think I'd want one with the kids, and then I'd want my parents,
The
my
photo
sisters.
over there of when the first photo of us together.
Yeah, yeah, it's cute.
Because we've got that both happy, youthful look. Do you know that look, Alex? You know that happy, in love, youthful look?
It's so funny. But I don't know. It's so hard to think of.
That's impossible.
It's impossible.
That'd be
but
like
it did really get me
That'd be like
thinking
us saying
about...
to Alex, which one would she save of her and Max?
Yes.
There's so many good ones.
But it did get me thinking about which photos are special, and some definitely sprung to mind. Everyone think about that question in your own head. Yeah, I thought of the one of him too.
The one of Oprah?
Yeah, I said the Oprah one. Yeah. Absolutely, there's lots.
Why don't you just put them all on an iPad?
I think
the iPad.
Yeah, I did think of that. I have got a lot of photos on there now.
Millions.
I think that's what the guy on Modern Family said.
Who's next?
Yeah. Thankfully, I won't ever have to think about that.
Who's next?
Kelvin said he has so many questions, but he's saying you and Paul seem so perfect together.
We are.
We are. Even if you are a cat on a hot tin roof. And your relationship is amazing. What attracted you guys to each other in the beginning? Thank you.
Fate.
Well, it was probably like this.
You have to look at the video of when we met.
That's a good video.
I'll put the link for it under here. Can you write that down? I'll write it down all the
I was just out there, and I think Megan was attracted to me, really, and the rest is history.
Hang on, I'm writing down the things I have to... What was the other thing? What was the thing I just said that I was going to put down?
A link from how we met.
Oh, how we met, okay. Okay, do you know what? When I first met him, you'll see this in the video, it wasn't like that because I was actually on a date with someone else. So Paul was like pretty full on, and I was like, oh my God, you know. And so I don't know what did it. It was just like one of those things.
Could it be that I'm irresistible?
It must be. or could it be that I am?
No. The clinching line was that night. Megan said, have you got any brothers? I said, yes, one older, one younger. But they're both really good looking and I'm the ugly one. And Megan goes, oh no, you're okay. And I thought,
I said, you're not too bad.
The fish has taken the hook.
Oh, and as soon as I said it, I thought, oh. I could tell from his reaction that he was baiting me. He just kicked the camera then. I saw it move. Yes.
9 minutes, have you cut?
You are on, superstar.
Yes. Well, so you got that one. So, what was the question?
Look how well these yellow glasses go with like this whole sort of outfit. I bought them out last week too, but I had to bring them back.
Why don't you take your t-shirt off?
I'm quite happy with just like the flash of bra. I don't think we need to go that far and shock everyone, you know. Okay, so where did we get up to?
Well, a gentleman was saying we're suited.
Yeah, well we are really, aren't we?
Not easy from my side, you know. I have to concede a lot, and reconciliation,
so who
is a word.
More, do you think?
And she's
not getting into it.
I'm very patient, as Sam said on the phone the other night. He could see my patience, and that, I humour you, go along with you, finance you, entertain you. it's one of those relationships.
You can tell that he knows that's not true just by the way he said that, so I don't even need to say anything. Jonathan James.
Having trouble baiting her today. She's not biting her. She's come a long way in the last 26 years.
Jonathan says, have I or am I going to see Love Never Dies? Jonathan, where have you been? Yes, of course.
She's already seen it.
Not only have I seen it, I got very involved with Backstage, and I did the...
You interviewed.
What's it called, Zoe? But when they... What's that word?
Oh,
that German word?
When you do the call before the show, the media call.
I did the media call, but there was a...
Didn't you interview...
yes, but I went to the... I can't remember the name, but there's... Yes, I interviewed Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Sir Andrew Lloyd.
Yes, but what I did was I also did the... It's when the orchestra and the performers get together for the very first time, and it's a German word, and I can't for the life.
It'll come to us.
I can't think, it was in my headphone. Anyway,
Megan,
yes, I've done heaps of videos. I'll put links to them under here.
And there's a video on it.
Yes, and I loved it, and I highly recommend it. And the visuals are brilliant, and the music, I loved it.
Next question.
Sitzprobe, it's called a Sitzprobe. I didn't know that word. A Sitzprobe is when the orchestra and the performers get together for the first time. So they've rehearsed separately, then they get together. So what happened on that video was I got to sit right in the middle, and the performers were here and the orchestra was here, and I've honest to God felt like I was actually in the show, and I can't sing or any of that, so for me it was a really wonderful experience.
I can see straight through your top of these on.
There you go. He's cheeky. So go and see Love Never Dies. Look, you're making this move a lot. Yes. Okay, Claire, what is something really fun that you like to do together?
Go out to dinner.
Yeah.
Exercise.
We go roller skating sometimes on a Sunday morning.
Travel.
Yeah.
Ski.
Skiing. I think she meant something a little bit silly like roller skating or making these videos I really enjoy doing with Paul, usually.
Megan loves it coming out in the garden with me when I prune the roses or
I love that as
basil.
much as Paul loves making jewellery with me in my art studio. You should see him there beading away. He's fabulous.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay, hang on. Where are we up to? Shelley said, is Spandy Andy coming for Tucker? Well, you know he is now. She says that we should make it an Oscars theme and we should all dress up like as a movie star.
It'll just happen how it happens, trust me.
It would be quite fun.
Yeah, it'll happen how it happens.
I think I gave my feather boa away. That would have been quite glamorous to go.
Excellent.
It was a good idea though.
It'll
People will be too busy to watch the Oscars. And then no one will go home. Paul likes shoveling everyone out quite early, so I don't think... if we watch the Oscars, no one would go.
Yeah, if you keep watering them, they'll stay.
Isn't he terrible? Jess, does gratitude for one another play a large part in the success of your relationship? Yes. Yes, it does. And you're just having trouble thinking because I'm annoying you.
Is it unilateral or a bilateral?
No, I'm very grateful for Paul because he has provided me with when we first got married, the lifestyle that we live now was not like it is. But now how we are, it means that I can, do my jewellery and do my videos and not be pressured by the fact that I have to make money from it. I do make money from my jewellery, obviously, but I don't have to. So there's that, it allows me to be more creative and to not have that pressure, I think.
Can you read the question again?
Why are you
Just
so
read
confused?
the question. Just read the question again.
I would like him to tell you why he's so grateful about me too.
Just read the
Because
question.
I can tell you if he doesn't. Does gratitude for one another play a large part in the success of your relationship?
Yeah.
Oh, I was so waiting for him to say no after that, weren't you? So tell me how.
I don't know. I'll have to think about the answer to that.
Do you think that... Do you think you would be in the same position now if you hadn't married me? We talk about this sometimes. I sort of say, I wonder what it would be like if we had both married completely different people. But where would Paul's business be how it is? Would I be doing what I'm doing?
No, you are very positive. You always see the positive side of things. When the chips are down, you keep things motivated and keep things moving. There's always something going on in your life. You're not a dead weight.
Good.
There we are.
So yeah, we are. We do. We are grateful for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can tell him anything, and he doesn't repeat it and all that sort of stuff too. He knows me better than anyone.
Megan read an article in the Herald Sun during the week where a couple had been married for 67 years.
It's on my Facebook page,
and
everyone.
one of the partners passed away, and the other one passed away within 2 hours of the other
2
one.
days or something.
It was very quick, and
So
they'd spent. It was
emotional.
actually it was a very emotional.
I could barely read that whole article.
That'll be us.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Well, you've got to be 107 because I am not going before I'm 100. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, that's a big ask.
Yeah. I'm definitely making it to 100, and I'm doing a YouTube on my 100th birthday, and I'll play me saying this on the news.
Yeah, but the technology will probably be, on your watch, with the video
Or
camera.
tattooed in or something like that movie.
With the chip planted in your brain.
Sally Ann,
Is that from far north Queensland?
Yes.
FNQ.
what does Paul think of selling? Oh,
Paul
will so get into this because we've
Hang
been
on.
talking to someone about this. You will love this question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What do you think of selling homes on Twitter? Not sure if you heard on the news about it, but can't wait. Oh, yeah, that's it. So she can't wait to hear your answer, blah, blah, blah.
Do you know what? It's all embryonic, isn't it? However, what I know is that YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn gather exposure on a new medium, Google, because you are what Google says
And you can't
are.
always quantify everything either. You can't quantify how much reach your videos have or how much reach this social media has, but I know it does.
More and more reach. There is a transition happening.
But that person didn't purely sell his house on Twitter, did he? There was more to it than that. Didn't that friend of yours say that to you?
Honestly, I can't remember. He's
You
doing
were
a
talking to
podcast.
Tim about it,
He's doing a
and-
podcast on it.
Yeah.
And he said there was media exaggeration and it
Yeah.
wasn't quite as it happened. What I do know, there was an interview on Husey the other morning where on eBay they had a house which was a shop and a house and a 4-bedroom house, and it was only 40,000 and it had to be removed. So they interviewed the real estate agent who sold it. And Husey was going along with a gag and he goes, "It wasn't Snowtown, was it?" Well, that was a place in South Australia where they found, I think, 10 or 15
Yeah.
bodies. And it actually was Snowtown, and it was where all the bodies were being stored. So, but that was eBay. Twitter, don't think quite right now Twitter, but it'll be interesting to see how it unfolds.
You know, I watched a thing from Tony Robbins this week, and he said you cannot make like 5-year plans anymore because technology and everything's changing so much.
The shift
that
is
you've got to be
incredible.
prepared for the moves and the changes. Like you just do, don't you, Paul?
Absolutely.
It's like television is not going to be how we know it. Everything's going to be on the internet. People on YouTube, they're going to be like people that you really become very familiar with. Paul's going to turn the camera off now. Okay, so what were we up to? Oh, okay, so we're talking about schools, public or private. Paul went to the same school that the kids go to, and we chose to send them to a private school.
It's a function of money, effectively.
Yeah.
You would expect that you get, and there'll be people disagree, but
Yeah.
you would expect that children get a better education at a private school because there's more on offer, more subjects
Yeah.
to choose, more sports. There's more money invested, whether it's rowing, football, soccer,
A
swimming,
lot of people in Australia work 2 or 3 jobs to send their kids to a
gyms,
private school.
all of that. There is definitely more money, so you would expect that you get
Yeah.
you get a better bang for your buck. But I'm sure there's some public schools that are equally as good. However, the choice is private school if you can.
Yeah,
it's just
I agree.
It's a function of money.
My cousin is actually one of the smartest people in the whole world. Literally, like I'm not even just saying that like, oh, he's so smart.
It's hard to believe they're related, isn't it?
I'm just going to pretend he didn't even say that.
See the audience here. We've got an audience that says that the big applause sign. Laugh now.
He's one of the leading people in laser. And
Well,
he
Meredith
went to
Road.
a public school.
Is that the?
Jewelchic Live. And
Is
no,
that
he went.
Is that the laser beam?
Do you know how many people are going to just go, Paul, you're so rude?
That's Dr. Evil.
Karen, I'm relying on you to say that to him. He was
Dr.
incredibly
Evil.
rude saying
With
that.
the
Do you speak another language?
with the
Do you?
laser.
Do you speak another language?
Not yet, but
No.
I'm working on it.
Well, I can.
I can.
Anyway,
So anyway, he's really smart, and what I was going to say was, before I was so rudely interrupted, was that he went to a public school and was hugely successful.
So there we are. There's the
So,
answer.
you know what, if you've got the brains and the drive and the determination, but the private school probably does, and when you're going for a job interview, maybe it makes a difference. It shouldn't, but it probably does.
If you feel that you can afford it and it doesn't cripple you,
yeah,
then it's a nice thing to do.
Priorities
It's like
are what you
making
wanna do.
it's like making a donation to your family,
there we are. That's nice.
isn't it?
Yep.
Well, you could send the kids, if you had the money, you don't have to send them to that school, and you could buy a new car or take a trip. It's really an investment in your kids if you can.
Tracy wants to see you dancing, Paul, because you've whet her appetite last week.
Well, I'm not going to get up right now.
Yes,
Think
well, I'll
about
film
that.
him at the end and
Only
maybe
when
pop something on.
Michael Jackson's on.
Yes. And then she's put like a little video underneath of a dance that you could maybe do.
Oh well, we'll have a look at it, and there might be a surprise tagged onto the end of this.
Thomas said, which show is next on your musical theatre agenda? Well, at the moment I'm doing a few things with the chorus line, but
There's something coming up. What's coming up?
Ghost. Ghost is coming up in 2014, but I have a feeling that I might get involved with Legally Blonde because I have seen that musical twice and I do really like it. And with, I believe, Lucy Durack playing the lead role, I'm pretty sure that's been confirmed now. And I think Rob Mills...
It's out there now.
No, but I'm not saying I know. I'm only knowing from the same sources as everyone else. I'm not saying I've got some secret information. But, because I like Lucy and Millsy and David Harris and they're all from Wicked, there's that connection, so I will really be keen to follow that. And I don't know, now that having this involvement in the Australian theatre and all that, it's kind of like going to see your kids in a school play, isn't it?
How are our producers going over here? There's messages going across the table, left, right and centre.
You're so rude. Look. Okay. Oh, Tamara said that she's just gone to Bangkok to have stem cell treatment for anti-aging. I have no idea what that would be and what that would involve. And she was saying that she just thought she'd pass that information along, but I can't tell you any more about it than that. I have no idea what that would be or what it is.
So did it work for you?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
She hasn't written back.
Well, let's find out.
I want to know if it worked and then I'll pass it on.
Did it work for you? Yeah.
And what did you get done? And did it hurt? And was it expensive?
Well, I'm sure they just didn't paint it on.
Thomas said, I know we've done Thomas,
I
and
know.
that's it.
If it were effective
We've done
on that,
it.
there's a friend.
Hang on, I'll just
No. There's a friend of mine. If it was good, she could put it in an aerosol can and you could spray it on.
Are you saying my tan in a can?
No, did you hear that? If this treatment, I know a girl who could package it in an aerosol can and spray it on.
What are you talking about? Honestly, I thought he was having a go at me for using tan in a can, which
No.
you know I love.
We can package it.
I love tan in a can.
It could be like, cream on a cake. No problem. Is that right?
Put anything in a can.
That's right.
You can put anything in a can.
Anything in a can, except me.
Well, it could be done.
Mary's saying no.
Anyway, that's it for the questions. So I hope you all have a beautiful weekend. Paul's probably going to go and climb Mount Everest right now.
Goodbye.
Bye. We're at Chin Chin. Look at the size of his beer, would you? How's the beer?
Good. Bloody hot outside, and I just ordered a small one.
So this is Chin Chin in Melbourne, everyone. I'll just sort of show you. A little sneaky treat at the end of the Saturday video. We're in Melbourne, right? And we have just been out for dinner. We've had the most fun night. We've talked to everyone at Chin Chin, haven't we?
Yes.
And it's so hot here in Melbourne. This is like the extra Saturday night video things now. I think we'll do this every week.
Megan
And
doesn't
it's
function
so-
very well outside 21
It's
degrees.
like, I feel like I'm in a microwave oven. It's so hot, isn't
It's
it?
like a blow furnace.
Yeah,
It
and
is, it's hot.
we're still wearing our matching outfits, so people are kind of looking at us like, do they know they're wearing matching outfits, or thinking
We should
we're
wear
very
them every
sad that we
day.
are?
We should wear them every day this week.
We should, or we could match every day. We do anyway by chance. Anyway, bye everybody. Happy weekend.
Yeah.